Home, Chapter 71. A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose. If you haven't heard the previous 70 chapters, go do that. They're free. They're available right now. And if you're still listening, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. You know the drill by now. And if you're wondering what the comment of the day is, I don't know. Now then, please enjoy Home, Chapter 71. Marinette Chang. Sleep-deprived and blushing. What? What? What was that? What just happened? What did she just do? Oh, sugar and cookies, why hadn't Tikki stepped in? Did she just propose to Cat? To Adrian not aggressed? Oh, sure, become a Chang. What? Also, was she engaged now? Oh, what a mess. This is why you don't bake without sleep. Silly men with their silly dimples and silly flower fights that can and will make silly woman's heart go silly for them. Oh, what a silly morning. Marinette slumped to the floor, her back pressed against the wall and smearing flour down the door frame. So much for holding herself together. She'd been the one to say it, but the next time they talked, would she own up to it? Proposing to him? Him changing himself to Chang is one thing, because he'd always be family, no matter what happened, but marrying him? Did she want that? Oh, this is one of those heart versus brain battles. It's not even about trust at this point. Cat was here, now, and he wasn't about to leave. No, he wouldn't disappear again. Not this time. She could trust him if she wanted to, because she'd seen the remorse in his eyes. But a part of her wanted to trap him. To keep him with her, by her side, and never let him leave to a place where her eyes wouldn't follow. And a marriage would do that, wouldn't it? Oh, goodness. Now her thoughts were that of a narcissist. Squeaks she'd never heard before echoed from the kitchen behind her. What was... No! Was that Tikki? Her Kwame! Her Kwame was in trouble. She had to save her. Barreling through the door, shoulders first, Marinette slipped on the flour-covered floor and slammed her chin onto the stone tile, tasting blood as she felt the disappointment of her ancestors ripple through her skull. Ouch. For one disorienting moment, Marinette forgot why she'd rushed into the room in the first place, but by the time she'd gathered her thoughts, Cat Noir had pulled her into his arms, a hand caressing the side of her face as his diction smeared across her ears. Tikki? She croaked. What was... Marinette! She heard her squeak. Marinette, he crushed the macaroons! Her eyes traced the world until they settled on the red blob, far too loud despite her throbbing head and chin. What? One by one! He held them hostage over the trash! He didn't even eat them! He's... She heard her Kwame choke up. A beast! Marinette tilted her head up to see Cat, his face laced with concern for her instead of guilt over whatever it was Tikki was going on about. Marinette, he said. Did she have a concussion? He had her scooped in his arms and her heart raced, thoughts blurry. No, that's not it. She's just a klutz. I'm fine, she said, clearing her throat as she grasped what was going on. Stop torturing my Kwame, please. I wasn't, Cat shook his head. Marinette, let's get you checked out. I fell and hit my chin. I'll be fine. But what's going on with you and Tikki? She might be in his arms, but she could give a mean glare upward. Cat's ears twitched as he shriveled his lips together, chin wrinkling. Bad man, Tikki yelled. Marinette? Sabine walked in, probably from the noise, and gasped. Whether it was for the state of the kitchen or Cat Noir holding her daughter like a damsel in distress, she couldn't tell. Oh. Mom, no, wait! She reached for her as her mother backed out of the room, a smile pressed on her face. Oh, great. Another misunderstanding. Then again, she'd literally just proposed to the guy holding her, so perhaps her mother hadn't misunderstood anything at all. Oh, macaroons, silly girl. None of this was right. Let me up, Marinette groaned and felt Cat's arms shift behind her shoulders. You okay? His voice dripped with concern. After what? Falling on my chin in front of my not-fiancé? She ran a hand through her hair as he helped her stand, sighing through her nose. So that's what I am now? A not-fiancé? He arched an eyebrow like a joke, but she could see the question in his eyes. Well, that yes you gave certainly cast doubt. Oh, so I'm the one who turned this into a questionable relationship. He grinned, and all she wanted was to smack his chest. Silly cat. You're the one who tried to extort information from my Kwame with a macaroon. Excuse you? He crossed his arms. 7. Macaroons? Yep. Wasteful. His lips flattened, making him more of a frog than a cat. Oh, make more, he muttered. You could have just eaten them in front of her. Oh, Marinette. He reached up to toss a clump of flour-crusted hair. I'm all about dramatic flair. I know. It was hard to allow, but Marinette let her heart go soft for a moment. I both love and hate that about you. His hand dropped, a blush spreading across his cheeks. Oh? You do? That's cool. Come on. She swiped a finger across the bell at his collar. I'll get the broom, but you're in charge of the counters. Oh, okay. Marinette knew turning away would do nothing to hide the flush on the back of her neck, but she couldn't help it. Silly woman. She got this all wrong and backwards. Proposing to a man without telling him how she feels, then teasing him about it. Oh, this dynamic was wrong. This was all wrong. Sigh. Well, even grain needs time to germinate. This new, silly dynamic with her lover would be the same. Wait. Her lover? Since when had she started thinking of him as... She risked a glance, and it was a silly mistake because as soon as her eyes landed on his, all sense of rationality was lost. Oh, how she yearned to kiss him. Maybe proposing wasn't such an unforeseen action after all. Thank you so much for listening. 72 is on the way. You can check out these other videos for more fanfiction, blah, 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 blah. And if you are still listening, comment silly. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!